Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. If y'all are new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Ghost and I make content for the game World of Warships Legends. Today we're going to be actually a low tier match. We're going to be in a tier 4 cruiser, the Émile Bertin. That's my best pronunciation of this ship, so I am sorry to all of the French folks out there that I may have offended in any way. But yeah, that's my best pronunciation and I am just an American who is not very good at speaking any other languages except English. So keep that in mind. But with all that out of the way, I want to show off what some of these low tiers are capable of. I've been playing a lot of high tiers, and honestly, I'm getting sick and tired of it. So, we're coming down to low tier, and we're going to have some fun. Now, this ship is, well, it's quite the fun ship. It's very fast. Let's get that right out of the way. This thing is very fast. People can build this thing for speed and get this up to 46 knots. That's crazy on a cruiser, right? Not to mention the armor. Now, the armor is really bad, but it also makes it really good. Now, you guys are probably wondering, wait, how's the armor going to be good if it's bad, right? Well, let me go ahead and show you why. So as you guys can see up on the screen, this is the Émile Bertin's armor view. And this thing only has like 13 millimeters of armor everywhere. Now that may be a bad thing. Yes, HE damage will eat this ship up. But most high caliber armor piercing will just overpen this thing. So in theory, even the Citadel, guys, is like 20 millimeters. It's pretty freaking thin. So even the Citadel could get overpenned, believe it or not. But this ship is almost impossible to Citadel up close, because of the fact that it's so thin. It literally is paper thin. So people shooting at this ship will just overpen it 80 or 90% of the time. Now, you can still get Citadeled at range. It's a lot more common to get Citadeled, especially at range, because that upper plating on that Citadel is 20 millimeters, and that is perfect enough. It's going to punch through that 20 millimeter deck and into that 20 millimeter top plating of that Citadel, and it's going to get absolutely obliterated. So also, speaking of obliterations, we're already up to a Citadel and 13,000 damage. So enemies not having too fun. This ship's AP is awesome. The reload's not too good, but the guns are really strong on this boat. But yeah, like I said, most battleships shooting at you will just overpen you, like you guys can see there. So really, you guys, anything you do in cruisers, most of the time, you guys want to be angling away or kiting around. No, you want to be playing the Émile Bertin completely opposite. You want to be going broadside to battleships. You guys probably wondering why. Like, why? I just said, because the armor. They're not going to Citadel you. Like, seriously. That's the funny part. They might get a lot of pens, maybe, or not even pens, overpens, mostly. And if anything, they'll do 2,000 to 3,000 damage per salvo. Maybe 5 to 6 if they get a bunch of overpens. The only thing you really have to worry about is long-range plunging fire shots into your Citadel from battleships. So in theory, you're almost invulnerable to Citadels. It's the only cruiser at tier 4 that can basically not get Citadel. Almost. I've been Citadels in this ship before, mostly at range. But yeah, the one thing that chews this ship up is the HE damage. Now, HE will absolutely rip this ship apart because of the fact that it only has 13 millimeters of armor. So it's not really that good. Now, I could see maybe some British battleships getting Citadels with even their HE and even their AP, because British have, I think, short fuse armor piercing, so they can absolutely wreck this ship, British especially. But as you guys can see there, the guns are awesome on this boat. 152 millimeter French armor piercing shells and high explosive shells. I mean, they're not bad guns at all. And as you guys are seeing, they're ripping this freaking dude a new butthole, basically. He's not having fun. So yeah, there's really not much going wrong with this ship. Now, like I said, it does take mostly overpens, but overpens will eventually kill you. I mean, it's only a matter of time before you die. You only got a certain amount of HP. 26,500 hit points. I mean, an overpen is about 1,500 damage per hit, right? So if you do the math, it's about, 20 hits will kill you. So you still have to, occasionally break off contact, get unspotted. You still have to play this thing smart, use islands, just typical cruiser play. But like I said, it doesn't get Citadel at close range. It really doesn't. Unless you're really, really unlucky and some crazy stuff happens. Or the British, for example, pull up, because British have increased HE pen, and some British battleships have the short fuse armor piercing, which will absolutely rip you apart as well. You need to watch out for those ships. But for the most part, it's pretty much, you just need to be abusing your armor mechanics that this ship has, and using its beautiful, beautiful French 152mm guns to your advantage. And of course, use your speed, and remember, this thing has torpedoes, 3 on each side, and the French actually have pretty long torpedo range for cruisers. I think it's out to like 7 to 8 kilometers on a tier 4, which is pretty insane. Not bad. So yeah, we're up to 30,000 damage. Not the most amount of damage. You know, in the beginning of the match, you're probably not, you know, trying to get a whole lot of damage. You're trying to position yourself. That's what you need to be doing in a cruiser, is getting the right positions, not playing too aggressively, etc. So yeah, Émile Bertin's pretty fun, and it's a unique ship because of the fact that it just takes overpens like no other cruiser. Most cruisers at this tier get absolutely obliterated, like the Omaha, for example, the Furataco. I mean, there's so many ships that get Citadel. Germans are a little bit harder, but this ship just never seems to take it. So yeah, we're up to 36,000 damage. We're trying to fire on this Texas, and this Texas has been shooting at us the whole entire game. He has not been liking us, and fortunately for us, he's not even looking at us. He is looking at the other people over there, but I think he is turning his ship to try to get his guns off. I think he might be trying to get his guns off on us. So yeah, we're going to angle in. Now, this is dangerous because he can punch us straight through our bow into our Citadel, but I'm tired of getting hit. I only have 9,000 HP. So yeah, you can take overpens, but you can only take hits for so long. Eventually, I need to stop getting hit. And now I'm going to try to play this thing like every other cruiser I play. I'm trying to dodge shells, which is actually working quite well. The Émile Bertin's pretty thin. I was about to say pretty thick. This ship is not that thick at all. But no, it's pretty thin, and it, you know, it's pretty decent at dodging. It's got good speed and good maneuverability. We're up to 56,000 damage already. Holy crap. The fire damage on this ship, not bad at all. 15% fire chance on my build. I'm running Andre Lemonnier. I believe that's how you say it. Yeah, my typical cruiser build for my French cruisers here. But yeah, it's like I said, guys, I set my torpedoes out, by the way, but not a bad cruiser at all, and we're just playing this ship a lot more differently. Like, usually you do not want to be going broadside. Now, when this enemy Omaha pops up and we're switching over to armor piercing, we know we can absolutely wreck an Omaha, especially if they're not playing that ship well. People sneeze on the Omaha. Yeah, the Omaha's armor is bad, really bad. It's literally a floating Citadel. But if you guys play the Omaha right, that ship's actually really fun. And the guns is what that ship's special about, not the armor. That thing takes Citadels no matter what, like right there, as you guys can see. And we get a high caliber, and we actually hit a torpedo on the Texas. We almost got a double strike there, but unfortunately, he does go down. Well, fortunately, he goes down, but we don't get no double strike, unfortunately. Now we're up to 90,000 damage. 90,000 damage in the first 6 minutes of the match. I mean, that's just the power of cruisers. It really is, especially this one here down at tier 4. And so yeah, that's about it. We are actually at the end of the match here. Our team has done pretty excellent up to this point. We have done our job as well. We weren't able to really destroyer hunt because the destroyer, I think, was on this side of the map for a majority of the time. So yeah, we finish off with a high caliber, 93,000 damage. Not bad at all. I think we're going to get a bit more because we are moving into another position. Like I said, cruisers are positioning type ships. You need to be having good positioning in cruisers, even in this kind of ship that really doesn't take Citadels and pens. It just gets overpenned. But like I said, overpens will kill you eventually. You can get overpenned and overpenned. It still does damage, so you still will die eventually. You can only take, you know, so much damage. But yeah, what else is there to talk about this ship? Really not much. If you guys have tuned in this far into the video, I thank you all. And you know, if you guys want to, go in the comments and put your thoughts of what you think of the video so far. Consider liking and of course subscribing to the channel. But yeah, I mean, the AA is pretty good as well. I don't think I've talked about that too much. It's not anything crazy. It's not Texas levels of AA. Speaking of the Texas right there, we're going to fire on him. Double fire, actually. But yeah, ship's not an overall bad ship. I really enjoy this low-tier, fun cruiser. It's quite the treat down at this tier. And it's something other than Legendary and Tier 7. Tier 7 and Legendary has been very, very frustrating for me lately. So yeah, that's why I'm coming down here to have some fun. And yeah, it works out pretty well. So this is a nice little crown jewel of this down tier. We actually do go down here. I think he actually does get a penetration on us in an overpen and take us out. So yeah, that's going to be about it for this match. And yeah, so we finish off at 103,000 damage, a high caliber, torpedo hits, we got some citadels, penetrations, fires, plane shootouts, all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the match results. And yeah, I'll see you all there. So yeah, that's the Émile Bertin. I think it's a fun boat. I'm not going to do a ship review of it. It's only a tier 4, but I hope y'all did enjoy this video. And leaving a like and commenting down below your thoughts, even though you may not have much to say, just say hello or a good video. It does help the algorithm quite a bit. It does help my video get out there to people. And if you guys really like my stuff, you guys can consider subscribing to the channel. But yeah, as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy.